Alright, so this is something I've heard very little about, which is kind of concerning because the fact that this is not being spoken about. But also, I was like, let's not talk about this because it's one of those things where there's kind of a logic to having the less people know about it, the better. But the fact that it's out there is cause for concern enough in me. There's a website called Guntrader, which is sort of a business or website to buy guns in the UK, which, if you didn't know, it's legal through certain channels to own different forms of weaponry. And a few years ago, there was a data breach which went kind of under the radar, which with companies like this, they don't really get concerned when someone's accessing their data. They usually panic when something's happened to it and the general public kind of finds out that they've been compromised all along. But yes, there was a data breach a while ago. I think it was 5 years ago. But recently, just a few weeks ago, some animal rights activists thought it would be a great idea to compile all this data into a file exportable onto Google Maps and post it online, sort of with the intention of getting people to contact these gun owners and ask them or question them in whether they're involved in hunting, if they use their weaponry to harm animals, which, what they've done is post the personal information, addresses, contact numbers, geolocations of the last time 111,000 gun owners logged into that website. With the intention of saving animals from hunting, they've provided any unhinged individual who wants their hands on a weapon the exact location to get it, Yes, it's a few years old, and some people may be safe by having their name next to an outdated address, but I don't think most people move every 5 years. So, anyone who wants a gun and is willing to steal a gun, and I think the type of people that are wanting a weapon that they don't want to get through legal channels is willing to steal a weapon, now has easy pickings, a fucking Google Maps document of where they are, and the police managed to scrub the original file, but I'm willing to bet my fair share that there are sort of duplicate copies floating about. This is dangerous. It has the potential to be a very serious threat, because there are people out there who will jump on this as an opportunity to acquire a firearm and then go on to use it, And even if some of them are outdated, there's 111,000 locations on there. That's literally enough weaponry to fund a small army. And of course, no one's going through and stealing everything, but I did see recently, which may be a coincidence, a farmer who had burglars come in and steal exclusively his shotguns, and he was registered on this. So this may be, that in action. So yes, I doubt many of you are legal gun owners registered to gun traders, but if you are, be careful. You could be at risk. Look after your weaponry. If not, I'm not trying to fearmonger, but anyone who wants a weapon now knows where to steal a weapon from. And yes, this also sort of I understand why gun registries are a good thing, to know who has weapons in the, if anyone is to become a threat, it's good for law enforcement to know that they are in possession of a weapon to stop them in hand before. But also, when something like this can happen, gun registries don't look very ideal when, we can just spill them ever. If the New York gun registry ever got fucking released, and I don't think if, it's when that gets released, there's going to be some serious consequences. Gun crime is already on the rise in the UK, and this could just give an in to a whole new wave of people with malign intentions who wish to acquire firearms. They now know where to find them, and they know who owns them. You could just go through this and fucking find out someone's name, where they live, contact them, make sure they still live there, and there you go. Now you know who to rob to own a gun. It's a huge issue, and I didn't want to talk about it because it sounds like I'm just teaching you now how to steal weapons. Don't do that. That's very bad. Guns bad. But yes, this is a problem.